So I'll send this over to Dad first. Your thoughts?
Oh boy, I don't agree with it, but I guess I'm trying to understand it. I mean, I understand the culture where they basically look at women as being subservient and down from them and always in the background and aren't allowed to do a lot of things. And I understand that's their culture. I don't like it.
Neither do I.
You know, and my thing is, one of the questions I came up with is, okay, there's no female talent as far as wrestlers.
Of any kind, really.
But what happens with Stephanie?
She's not here. She didn't go.
Okay.
She didn't go.
There you go.
It's simple. She didn't go.
Okay.
But, Sal, what are your thoughts?
I'm the same way. I'm very torn because, like you said, we're right in the middle of the women's evolution and revolution or whatever the hell we're calling it now.
Both words. You can use both.
And, they are a big part of the show. They are a big part of the company now. They're not the background matches anymore. They're not the potty break matches anymore.
Exactly. They're headliners now. They're headliners. It's the truth. It's a different era. We're in a different
exactly.
era now.
They're main eventers now.
It's weird.
So in that aspect, I'm upset. But again, that's their culture. So it's like you don't want to like poop on their culture either, even though we don't agree with it. But I think of this way: if there was a company coming into the U.S. and they did some weird stuff that we don't do here, like decapitate cats or something as a pre-match ritual. You know what I mean? Like,
don't talk about battle. What was that? Kaiju battle? Kaiju big battle? Don't talk about them like that.
Something like that.
But no, all seriousness, no. I'm torn because it's sad that the women aren't here. Because I think it would have been a good opportunity to bring them in here. You know what I mean? I think it would have been interesting. It would have been even if you just did like a Raw versus SmackDown women's 10 women tag match. That would have been fine. I mean, at the end of the day, This is a glorified house show anyway. So you could have done one match, and it would have been A-okay, and then you wouldn't have this controversy of WWE not bringing in their women.
But money talks.
$20 million they're getting to do this. $20 million.
Wow.
They're getting to do this, and it's a 10-year deal.
Huh.
How insane is this? Like, it's just unbelievable when you say that number. They're getting $20 million to do this show. Like, this is ridiculous.
Well, the link 10 years, too, were,
Yeah. It's weird. So, we'll have some fun with this. We have a nice stacked card. It's an interesting card. But there's not going to be, I don't think there's going to be a lot of action coming on this, but do have some major things. So, first of all, we have the WWE Cruiserweight Championship, which got decided on a gauntlet match. I still haven't watched 205 Live this week, but I do plan on it. But Kalisto won the gauntlet match, and it is Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship. Because Buddy Murphy did not make weight, and he could not be in this match.
There you go.
He waited at 207. I'm not joking. That was actually the reason why I got pulled from this match.
I guess the diuretics didn't work.
So, Cedric Alexander, I'm expecting him to retain. Right? Expecting him to retain? I just don't see Kalisto winning a belt here.
Well, it's not that far-fetched, but I think Alexander's going to retain.
Right, Sal?
I mean, Alexander just won the title. I mean, normally I would say, I think Kalisto should be champ, but not right now.
Yeah, it's too soon. It's way too soon in the Cedric thing. So, moving on, we have the Bludgeon Brothers defending the WWE SmackDown Championships against the Usos, who apparently, you didn't see this, Sal. So, okay, so we're having a match. It's Jimmy versus Rowan on SmackDown this week. Before the match, the Usos were in the back, getting hyped up for their match, and Naomi came in. And apparently her and Jay have this like handshake thing, which is absolutely hysterical. That's number one. But she goes up to Jimmy, because they're the married ones, obviously, and they're talking. And she pretty much says she didn't apologize for coming out last week because she was worried about him. And she goes and says, "Look, I can't promise you I'm not coming back out if things get out of hand. I can't promise you that." He's like, "No, I got my boy out there. I'll be fine." So the match is going on. Jimmy's getting his ass kicked. All of a sudden, the arena goes black, and Naomi starts doing her entrance. This happened. That's not that. Her entrance is going on. The Bludgeon Brothers get distracted while watching the entrance, and the Usos attack the Bludgeon Brothers. Jimmy ends up pinning Rowan while Naomi's entrance music is playing. The music is playing, and he's doing her entrance, and the match is still going on. Jimmy pins Rowan. And they go up and celebrate with the music. Like, it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like, it was so over the top, stupid. This happened on SmackDown. So I'm going into this. This is the Bludgeon Brothers versus Usos. Naomi obviously is not going to be here for this. I think it'd be hysterical if they played music just because it'd be funny. No reason whatsoever. But that won't happen, obviously. I'm expecting the Bludgeon Brothers to retain.
Probably.
Right, Sal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obvious here. All right, a match that makes no sense now because one of the teams is on SmackDown now, but we'll do it anyway. It's the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match. We have the Bar representing SmackDown, apparently. But if they win, they go back to Raw, apparently. But they're facing the Deleters of Worlds, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy.
Yes.
By the way, they didn't add the S on WWE's website, so it is the Deleters of Worlds. I like the name.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, I do like the name. I always say that tag team needs a name, so I give them credit. Very nicely done. I'm enjoying the Matt Hardy Bray Wyatt thing. A lot of people are not, apparently. Like a lot of the pros are not. But I know the fans love it. It's one of those things where the fans are loving something, but the pros aren't. It's a weird situation. It's a weird thing. I love it. I think it's entertaining as hell. I think the two of them are just having fun. It looks like Bray's actually having fun again. Like for the first time in like 5 years, it looks like Bray's actually having fun. It's really awesome.
My thing is, when they're cutting their promos, how can you...
Oh, it's actually well done. Matt talks in the ridiculous way he talks.
Got it.
In front of his screen. And then the screen will go half black.
Yeah.
And Bray will come in and cut his thing. And then Matt will blow out Bray's lantern.
Yeah.
And then they'll laugh. It's absolutely really well done. I like how they're doing the promos.
When they're doing this, how can you keep a straight face?
I give both of them credit. I give both of them a lot of credit. It's really cool. I'm expecting them to win. Am I right, Sal, though?
Yeah.
The leaders of the world are winning this thing. There's no doubt here.
We are here.
The exposition of gold will continue here. They're going to win their tag team titles, and we'll move on. All right. Now, this is interesting. We have the WWE United States Championship and now a SmackDown title. It's obviously always been SmackDown title, but Jeff Hardy is defending against Jinder Mahal because Jinder Mahal wanted his rematch. So that's what we're doing here.
Okay.
Jinder Mahal now on Raw, Jeff Hardy on SmackDown. Trust me, this is not the weirdest match we're having on this show when it comes to Raw versus SmackDown stuff. By the way, Survivor Series is no longer the only night where SmackDown and Raw can face each other in matches, by the way. I'll make that note.
Okay.
Remember, Sal, Survivor Series was supposed to be the only night of the year where Raw and SmackDown went head-to-head. It's no longer a thing. Not a thing anymore. What happened here?
What happened to hear them say it 18 times.
Let's see.
What happens here? I'm interested
Do
here.
we want Jeff to keep the belt on, or do we have him drop it?
I don't know. I'm being serious. What do you think?
Saudi Arabia.
We're in Saudi Arabia.
Ha.
If you didn't know that by now, right? It's Friday afternoon. We're doing it in Saudi Arabia. If you didn't hear that enough this week.
I guess, I don't know, I see him dropping it to Jinder.
Really? Okay, so the belt goes back to Raw. Sal, what do you think?
Yeah.
So does that mean Jinder would go back to SmackDown?
No, because we do have another title match coming up, which I think will be the swap, all this other swap thing. But I'm not sure. So what do you think?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Huh.
Exactly.
Then
That's
yes,
the point.
I see Jinder Mahal winning and going, yep.
It's an interesting situation because I expect a title match in the match we're going to talk about in a minute. So I hate to do this because I don't like picking him, and everyone knows that. But I'll go Jinder Mahal winning the belt here, if only because we're moving on, and I have a feeling the IC title is going to be jumping over. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Before we do that, let's talk about what should be a main event, but it isn't because nobody's talking about it. For some reason, I don't understand what no one's talking about this match. But it's John Cena versus Triple H. That's happening on this show, and no one's talking about it.
Wait a minute. Is this the way that a disgruntled employee is talking to his supervisor?
I don't understand how this works. So John Cena versus Triple H is happening, and no one's talking about it. I don't understand how no one's talking about this match.
Okay, I got one question. Why?
Because they wanted to do a big main event, and this is I thought this was supposed to be the main event, and then they added all of the other stuff going on this show. I'm expecting Cena to win, but Cena never wins, so I don't know.
Well,
he never wins anymore.
Maybe his luck will be changing.
Because we're on foreign soil?
Well, no.
Because it's Make-A-Wish month. That's Make-A-Wish month.
There you go. And we're done with the WrestleMania stuff. And, okay.
Cena has not won a big match since he returned. Like, legitimately has not won a big match since he came back.
Well,
Like, legitimately. All year.
Done hyping one of his movies.
This
He's
is the
going to be
worst.
working on another one.
He's still hyping blockers, from as far as I know.
Wow.
But I'm expecting Trips to win this, actually. This is my personal opinion. I'm expecting Trips to win this. What do you think, Sal?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm torn.
It's a tough one. It's actually more tough than it should be. It really is a lot tougher than it should be.
Yeah. Screw it. I'm going to say John Cena.
Yeah. Did you give a final pick?
Yeah, I think Cena's going to win.
That's fine. If Cena wins, Cena is happy. If he doesn't win, then everyone will forget this match ever happened. So it doesn't matter.
CJ will burn it down.
Oh, we'll get to that. Perfect timing. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Nice segue.
WWE Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Apparently, Seth Rollins.
There you go.
Versus Finn Balor, representing Raw, versus Samoa Joe and The Miz, representing SmackDown. Now, this is where I think the belt is going back to SmackDown, and I think The Miz is winning back his IC title. And he'll have it for his feud with Daniel Bryan. I think because Daniel Bryan, remember, I'm going storyline here. I'm saying The Miz wins the belt, and then him and Daniel Bryan can feud over it, and this is the belt that Daniel Bryan had to drop when he got hurt originally. When he retired, this was the belt he was holding. So this is a perfect comeback story for him to beat The Miz, of all people, for the IC title down the road. That's how I look at it. What do you think, Sal?
Well, now that you put it that way, yeah, I agree with you.
But then this is also continuing the master and student.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be interesting how this works out. So you think Miz as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, even though Samoa Joe, but yeah, Miz.
Yeah, well, Samoa Joe is a weird one because if he has a match with Samoa Joe has a match with Roman Reigns at Backlash. Again, not anyone on Raw anymore, but he still has this match book. I don't understand why they're still doing that match. We'll get to that later.
I would have went Samoa Joe, but the way the storyline was,
I like it. It wouldn't shock me if Samoa Joe wins. I just expect the belt to go back to SmackDown.
Yeah.
I just kind of expect it.
Yeah.
But I think Samoa Joe is higher up than the IC title, in my opinion, too. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't understand how this works. So, let's move on. All I have to say, though, if Jinder Mahal is going to hold the U.S. title, they better put the belt on, like, Finn Balor or Seth Rollins, immediately. Immediately. Put it on one of them. So, get it off of him immediately. But, anyway, let's move on. We will have a... Oh, jeez, this is actually happening. We have a casket match! Which has changed.
Is it on fire?
No, this is not a splendid casket match. They probably have rules against that in Saudi Arabia. They probably have rules against that. They'll probably get in trouble for you only burn it down in Saudi Arabia. They probably have some rules against fire. But anyway, we have a casket match, which originally... Okay, so let's tell the story of this. It is Undertaker versus Rusev, representing SmackDown, by the way, Rusev is. But originally it was Undertaker versus Rusev. And then everyone threw a big hissy fit, and Lana complained on Twitter. And then it ended up being Taker versus Jericho. And then Lana went on there and said WWE he could have this match. So now we're having Undertaker versus Rusev anyway. Because Rusev's wife said so. I'm not joking. Because Lana said he could have this match. We're having this match. This is the dumbest idea ever.
Okay.
But we're doing this. I know it's obvious who's winning.
Okay.
But why the fuck is it happening?
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's happening with Jericho then?
Jericho's in the Rumble. He's in the Rumble.
I think we should make it a
Rumble.
I think we should make it a three-way casket match.
It's not going to happen. So we're doing Taker versus Rusev. I don't think anyone's going to argue that Rusev loses this match. But my point is, why are we even doing this? Like, what did Rusev do wrong? Like, what is happening?
My understanding is that, according from what I hear in Stamford, Connecticut, is
on your phone line in Stanford?
Yeah. Is that Vince isn't happy the way Rusev is catching on in Rusev Day because he still wants Rusev to be this monster heel, but he's getting over with Rusev Day and Aiden English as his mic guy. You know, he's getting
Rusev Day.
Yeah, he's getting over, and Vince doesn't want that. So I guess from what I'm hearing is since Vince is unhappy, he's going to make Rusev unhappy.
I don't know. I don't like it. But But obviously Taker's winning this. Am I right, Sal? Like, there's no doubt. Taker's just winning this match anyway, right? There's no doubt.